Now to the message from President-elect Donald Trump tonight to fellow Republicans. He says repeal Obamacare, but replace it right away. Tonight, is that even possible? With more than 20 million Americans who depend on it now wondering, what is the plan when it goes away? Here's our chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl.
Tonight, Donald Trump is sending a blunt message to Republicans in Congress about one of his signature campaign promises.
We're going to repeal and replace Obamacare. We have no choice.
Today, in an interview with the New York Times, Trump said Congress should repeal Obamacare as soon as next week, and that, quote, the replace will be very quickly or simultaneously very shortly thereafter. Trump's mandate appears at odds with Republican plans, which had called for a vote to repeal the law next month, followed by weeks, if not months, of debate on measures to replace parts of the law later this year.
But why still no plan to replace it?
We have a plan to replace it. We have plenty of ideas to replace it. And you'll see as the weeks and months unfold.
It's politically risky for Republicans because while Obamacare isn't particularly popular, it has helped an estimated 20 million Americans get health coverage. Even Trump has said there are parts of the law he would keep.
Are you going to make sure that people with preconditions are still covered?
Yes, because it happens to be one of the strongest assets.
You're going to keep that?
Also with the children living with their parents for an extended period.
Trump himself recently acknowledged the tricky politics, tweeting to Republicans last week, "Be careful. Democrats say Republicans will be blamed for any problems caused by repeal."
Now they're going to own it. And all the problems in the health care system.
Trump today is promising to campaign against those who stand in his way.
Very clear that they can repeal this. John Karl with us tonight. But the big question in Washington is, will they have enough votes from both Republicans and Democrats to replace it with something?
They don't have the votes now, David. Because of the way the rules are on this, they can repeal it with 51 votes in the Senate. They need 60 votes to pass it. There are only 52 Republicans. They don't even have consensus among those Republicans yet, let alone getting the Democratic votes they'll need. And by the way, this idea of getting it done in a couple of weeks, nobody I have spoken to in Congress thinks that that's possible.
All right, John Karl, always good to have you with us, John.